And welcome back to VFL Park. Adelaide 2 behinds and St Kilda 2-5. The goal kickers for the Saints, Wilson and Lowe. And as the scoreboard would suggest, St Kilda could, maybe should be a little bit further ahead than they are at the moment. Just a reminder, coming up on 7 Sports, as Graham Corns addresses his players at the first break, the Kmart Classic to get the basketball season underway. Play commencing on the 16th and 17th of March. It's going to be a great year of ball. Check your local guide for details of coverage in your particular states. Let's go down to the boundary line now, and for details of what the coaches had to say at quarter time, Michael Roberts and Ian Robertson.
Well, Peter, before the game started, the Crows requested the Ross Faulkner ball, so they're going to use that obviously used in the first quarter and the third quarter. The Sherrin ball will be used in the second and fourth quarter, so they've had a fair bit to say. Sheldon was a bit disappointed with their conversion rate, as you well expect, but the commitment, he was wrapped in their commitment, creating the loose man, the space, and also their crumbing was outstanding, and he really made a point of that.
I think Graham Corns was very, very composed. He didn't shout and scream. He spoke to the players. They were all very attentive, which was what I was impressed with. And I think he's perhaps just trying to get these players used to playing at this ground in front of a reasonable crowd and getting accustomed to what this football's all about, the AFL.
I guess it's a similar ground to a football park. It's just basically bigger, Bernie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I think actually, I think Football Park in Adelaide is the perfect size for football.
Excellent ground down there at West Lakes, even if the wind does bob up occasionally.
When the wind blows, it's almost impossible to kick a goal at one end there.
Umpire Peter Cameron starts proceedings in the second term, third quarter final of the Foster's Cup. Adelaide trailing by 15 points. Wilson and Lowe, the goal kickers for St Kilda in the first term. St Kilda this quarter, kicking to the right. McAdam, who showed us something in the first term. Jimmy Cracker, his partner in crime, kicks the ball across his body, and he's found the body. Stewie Lowe.
Yes,
Saints fans delirious.
The strength of Stewie Lowe again coming to the fore and puts his body in front. And once he gets his hands up, it's very difficult for the defenders to knock it away. Great stuff by Stewie Lowe.
He'd be the sort of bloke at end-to-end marking practice at training. You make sure you get down the other end, Bernie.
That's for sure, Pete. He kicked 50 goals last season for St Kilda.
Well, he's got a chance to bring up his second tonight.
Close enough, Tony, please.
Point blank range, but he has drifted it off to the left and one behind. So St Kilda increases its lead to 16 points, 2-6 to 2 behinds.
Really, it's been a poor return so far for the amount of play they've had on their forward line. Their kicking has been, well, the kicking for goal has been the only thing letting them down.
Bartlett brings the ball back into play. Good kick straight down the ground.
Yes, it is a good kick too. That was charging into the Packers, Russell Morris. Here's Grantley Pelkey for half forward. Is that a free? Could have been a free. Umpire playing the advantage now. Klug gives it off to Tregenza. Here's a chance with a long kick. Here's a chance for a mark up in front of goal. And it has been taken by Hodges. And this is his first real opportunity. Kicked over 100 goals last year for Port Adelaide. Good lead. Got away from Frawley. Now we'll kick from 20 metres, 45-degree angle. First goal of the game may be coming up here. Oh, he's hooked it bad. A shocker.
He didn't kick too well in Adelaide.
That's right. He kicked 8 points, I think, 2-8 against Geelong.
Yes, he kicked terribly over there, and that was a golden opportunity gone begging there, because they're not getting much of the ball up on their forward line. They really need to convert.
Danny Frawley, arguably the best fullback in the caper. There's a wrestle, knocked down by Kitchke. Filkey, McGuinness. He's kicked one behind so far, and he's now kicked 2 behinds. A little bit hurried there, Tony McGuinness. Just couldn't steady in time. 4 behinds to the Crows.
Thank you.
Grant Laurie favours the member stand side. From the huddle. A little bit of a push out there, but Grant takes the mark.
Jams.
Probably got the second best pair of hands in the side next to Stewie Lowe. Once he gets his hands on it, it usually does stick. Harvey, class player. Good tackle, Marshall. Ooh.
I think that was a correct decision, that.
Pretty quick. Marshall, one of the best players for the Crows tonight so far. Kicks into the open spaces. Hart, didn't he star against Geelong, especially in the forward pocket. And a good punch away by Shanahan. Finds the safety of the boundary line. It'll be thrown into play about 30 metres around from the Crows' goal. Coghlan gets rid of it quickly. Grant. McGuinness again. Former Footscray star, high and long. Hodges the target. Got his hands to it, or maybe a hand, but that was as close as he got. Filkey, as he got it just inside the line. He has back to McGuinness, busy on the forward line. That was pinched, I think, intended for Jarman.
See, that was a throw.
That one wasn't. Marshall. A high kick in front of goal. Grant again. St Kilda's back line almost impenetrable at the moment, and he too has found the safety of the boundary line, 50 metres from goal.
Well, they're getting the ball down there a lot though now, the Crows, Bernie.
Yes, but under intense pressure every time they go forward, because St Kilda have been prepared to get the numbers back in defence, and everything the Crows do, it's been under intense pressure.
Klug doing the ruck work against Shanahan. Well done over to McGuinness. Now here's a goal maybe coming up. McGuinness on the left foot slams it right through the middle. Great kick.
Tony McGuinness's first goal, 1 goal 2. He's kicked so far. Kitchke, Lindsay.
Too high kick.
Tony McGuinness has had 11 kicks. He is in great form.
The kick, I think, is going to Coghlan. Yes, it is.
Get the ball. He's going for the ball. That's all he has to do.
Frank Coghlan, right next to the circle. Puts the Saints back into attack. Up high was Pittman. Couldn't take it. Lee, good backup support. Maynard tries for the hand pass. Now it comes to Lindsay after the hand pass from Bartlett. Mark Spilt out there. Forcing Kilda by Pekin. Nathan Burke gives him backup support. Over to Newport. McAdam in front of Thompson. Inboard comes the hand pass, but Lindsay. Marshall runs into trouble. Kick smothered. Dwyer paddles the ball in front of him. Flipped out. That could have been close to a throw. Wilson, who was very dangerous early. Over to McAdam. And one behind. Or was it? No, it was McAdam. He and Cracker look very much alike. And they both play with a similar style. So opportunity still being wasted as the kick-in comes from Bartlett.
Bartlett to the half-back line. Kitchke at the back. Pittman at the front. Here's Frank Coghlan looking for Harvey. He's found him. Harvey to Dwyer. Dwyer on the left foot, hooks it back, but taking a safe mark for the Crows is Nigel Smart. Played well against another one of the players who did well against Geelong. Now he transfers play. That's good football. As he found a teammate out there in Matthew Kelly. Kelly towards centre wing. Klug at the back. It's tapped down by Shanahan. Maynard to Hart. We've got the loose man going here, the Crows. Here's Klug. Klug on centre wing, brings it to half forward. Well, Murphy was the flyer. Chance for Filkey. He's doing some good work. McGuinness, best man on the ground at the moment. Beautiful hand pass. Marshall straightens up, fires in a goal and has hooked it. So the Crows, Bernie, they've certainly lifted their game. They're playing a lot better this quarter.
Marshall, 13 possessions. Bernie, he wouldn't be far behind, would he?
Oh, he's very good against Geelong as well, Marshall. One of their, their prime movers. He sets up a lot into the forward line.
Danny Frawley looking for Kitchke. Oh, almost a mark to Pittman. He's got some promise. It was Kane Taylor bringing it to the half-back line. Maynard tries to keep it in play. Couldn't do so. Russell Morris had backup support, but it didn't come off. It was Newport. Oh, a heavy clash there. McAdam over his head. Was that a throw? I think it was. And the umpires picked that out. And the free kick will go to Andrew Jarman.
Jarman. Short of left centre wing. Grant. It's a pretty hefty fist into the ball.
Well, that's the trouble kicking to a stationary target, Pete. No movement there. A big bloke Pittman, it doesn't matter how tall you are, because Grant, a lot shorter, but was able to fly over the top and punch the ball away.
Kitchke, Kelly. Out it comes to Hart from Jarman. Up the centre wing. Juggle. And a good mark taken down there by Klug. He's got in short towards half forward. Hocking. Nuggety little player. McGuinness. Looking for someone to give it to. Not too much support down there. Finally the ball picked up by Murphy, I think it might have been. Oh, that was almost too high. Snapshot for goal taken by Tregenza. That's a pretty good shot. He's threaded it. Their second goal.
2 points only the margin now. St Kilda lead, but the Crows have really picked up. The Saints go forward again. It's tapped down well by Smart on the Maynard. Oh, poor kick. He was looking for Lindsay. Might still get to it. He does, and kicks it off the ground. Kitschke to half forward, but going back to take the mark is Scott Lee. Now Lee's got a loose man out there in Lindsay, a very experienced player. He's looking for Hart. Hart running with the flight of the ball. He's got it. Danger now for St Kilda. Hart the short one. He finds Jarman. Jarman stabs it long and low and puts it right through. Another one to the Crows. Well, they're on fire. Andrew Jarman kicks his first, and the Crows hit the front. They lead 3-5-23 to St Kilda 2-7. A total of 19.
Yes, very good play by the Crows at the start of the second quarter. They've suddenly found a bit of space. Jarman alone by himself on that outer side, finishing it off, but they're moving the ball well. And unless St Kilda can keep up that intense pressure that they showed in that first quarter, they will really pay, because they're a very skillful side, the Crows.
Jarman, McGuinness and Tregenza, the goal kickers this quarter for the Crows. They lead by 4 points. Craven. McAdam. Well tackled. Marshall. Dwyer taps the ball further forward. Kelly got ridden into the grounds. Maybe could have got a free kick for in the back, but Peter Cameron is not that lenient, and it will be bounced. Newport readies himself for it. Morris. And didn't have the ball against Lindsay. A free kick going to Harvey. Harvey goes in short and out wide. Mark on the right half forward flank taken by Steve Newport, wearing Trevor Barker's old number.
Too slow kicking that low was on his own.
Makes the lead ignored. Newport must fancy himself to kick it from there. He'd be kicking from outside 50, and against this southerly breeze need to be a good sort of a roost. Won't quite get there. Ball into the forward pocket and in fact over the line, about 30 metres from goal. So a throw in St Kilda's right forward pocket. They trail at the moment by 4 points after leading by 15 at the first change. Good comeback by Adelaide. Morris and Pittman. Real scramble. Morris just gets it out in time. Flipped out by Craven. And the ball out of the pack by Scott Lee. Or Newport, did he hold it long enough?
He definitely didn't, but the mark was paid anyway, Pete.
A little bit further out from goal this time. That's a better kick. 3 Crows getting up high. Smart off the ground. Jarman and Pekin. Pekin has to double back. Marshall just about throws the ball out. Lindsay again. Laurie. High to half forward. Finally with the clearing kick, it's Bartlett, but he doesn't clear it very far. Pekin, well grabbed. Lindsay, tap on. Jarman, Craven. Desperation by both teams. Flipped out by Jarman. Probably gained the side about 10 or 15 metres. Harvey trying to crash his way through. Didn't have the ball. Hocking throws it out. The recipient is Dwyer. He says, thanks very much. Down to low at full forward. Off the ground, Lee will try to get it to the boundary line. Jimmy Cracker tries to keep it in, but Lee does well. Kick partially smothered. Now Big Pittman's got to try to pick this up. Nothing short-handed about that. Morris, 15 metres out, slams it goal and puts it through. 2 points the margin. St Kilda lead, but we've got a real contest on our hands. Tapped down by Kitschke. Centre bounce, very important. Kitschke to McAdam. Umpire said he was held. Only briefly, but the free kick was there. Gilbert McAdam gets it moving. He's looking for Lowe. Bartlett trying to... Oh, free kick to Bartlett. Oh, he didn't have the ball. The umpires let it go. Should have been a free kick. Newport up in front of goal. But a good mark. He's a real goer, Maynard, and he immediately gets on with the game. Looking for Jarman. Bartlett now doing pretty well at fullback on Stuart Lowe. He's putting him under enormous pressure, and that's good. Centre of the ground, Kitschke charging after it. Kane Taylor onto Dwyer. Dwyer to half forward. Taken away by Kelly. Oh, bad hand pass. Straight to Robert Harvey. Robert Harvey to half forward.
And the mark has been taken by Kelly. Kelly immediately plays on, gives it to Thompson. Thompson to half forward. Marshall went for the punch on Kitschke. It was Kane Taylor getting it to Nathan Burke, the two lookalikes. Centre wing, Jarman charges in on it, and the umpire will bounce.
Short of the left half forward flank for St Kilda.
Thank you.
Excellent crowd here tonight as McIntyre warms up on the boundary line. 2 points the difference. Adelaide have hit the front in this quarter. Knocked down by Pittman, Harvey, Burke. No one going anywhere. McDermott back on the ground. Hurried hand pass. Now a chance for the Crows. Kicked up towards Murphy and Grant. And Murphy gets a hand to it. It's over the boundary line on centre wing. So Adelaide gaining some 45 metres.
I'll tell you what, Pete, they're a real team of goers, Adelaide.
They are. Kitschke over the top. Jarman on the bottom. Filkey trying to pick it up.
Well done.
By Peter Cameron.
Thanks, Bones.
Pittman's having a rest too, Peter, and he's been replaced by McIntyre. Peter McIntyre coming on to do the ruck duties.
McIntyre number 23. Knocked down though by Murphy. Klug. Jarman from a standing start. Shanahan underneath it, just a little bit too far for him. He's kicked the ball right across ground into the open spaces. Dean Rice will get there first. Good turn of pace by Rice. Copped a heavy knock in the first quarter, as he did against the West Coast Eagles. But he's a pretty tough nut. There he is. Stewie Lowe on to Cracker. Steadies. 45 metres out. It's going to be a touch and go job. Bounces the wrong side. All clear for one behind. And lightning hands from Stewie Lowe to get it to Cracker.
Thanks, Brian. Good enough, thank you.
And St Kilda increases its lead by 3 points as Smart kicks the ball back into play, favours the member stand side. Cracker a little bit late on the sense, McAdam. And it's going to be a free kick. And it's going to be taken by Kelly.
Yes, interference going for that mark. The kick by Kelly, almost out of bounds on the fall. But the ball rolls over the line. Number 14 you see on screen is Alan Bartlett, who has the huge job on Stewie Lowe. Dean Rice having a spell on the bench.
I think Stewie Lowe's now playing centre half forward with Kitschke going to full forward, Harding in the ruck.
Here's Grant Laurie with a hurried kick to half forward. Would have been a free kick against Jimmy Cracker then. Oh, look at the skill of Cracker. Good play. On to Harvey. Harvey up in front of goal. Chance for Kitschke. Now Russell Morris, an open goal, and he slams it through another one of the Saints.
2 goals kicked by Russell Morris, who puts St Kilda back in command of the game. Paul Harding, a late start to the season for him, coming on to tackle the centre bounce against McIntyre. And it's won by the latter. Doesn't knock it very far though. Thompson got bowled over, and we'll see another bounce.
He was going to come out, too many hands.
Tim Pekin. That must have been Peter Cameron talking. I mean that the nicest possible way. They're still not getting it out. McAdam was the one that goes in and deservedly gets the free kick. Made a great debut for the Saints against the West Coast Eagles. Tired perhaps a little bit after half time in that game, but he got them moving, as Brian Wilson does here to Newport, who straightens up. It'll go pretty close and just touched about a metre from the line for only one behind. A point to St Kilda. 3-5 to 4-9, a difference of 10 points. Lee goes to the outer side, looking for Smart, and he just marks it in front of Jimmy Cracker. Smart just up from the back pocket. This time goes for distance with the kick. Kicks it towards centre wing. Harding in front. It comes to Harvey.
Robert Harvey to the half forward line. Cracker with pace. Jimmy Cracker. Oh, Jimmy, watch it.
Could be 50, is it? Yes, I think it might be too. He's definitely pushed after he took the mark, Jimmy Cracker. 50 metres against Nigel Smart will put Jimmy Cracker right on the goal line.
Well, let's have a look and replay again. I don't know whether it was 50 mark.
Well, he's pushed him there. He did push him and then he fell into his back.
Well, you've got to make some attempt, or the coach would rip into you if you didn't make some desperate attempt, wouldn't you? Anyway, Jimmy's got the kick right in front. He's been taken to the middle of the goal line and will pop this through for a goal to the Saints.
Against.
23 plays 39.
Cross kick.
Free kick from the centre.
And
It's going to McGuinness.
Yeah, no, it has to go to the ruckman, Pete.
And it's going to McIntyre. McIntyre's kicked down to half forward, just on 50. Murphy and Shanahan will try to kick it off the ground. Kane Taylor will have to get rid of it quickly, otherwise he'll be penalised. And umpire Peter Cameron has decided that a stalemate develops, and it will be a ball up, only about 20 metres out from goal. Opportunity for the Crows. Harding got high. Hart, snapshot across his body, and he's put it through for a minor score.
That's his first score for the night, Pete, after kicking 6 goals in the game against Geelong at Football Park in Adelaide.
5 minutes before half-time, 3-6 to 5-9. 15 points the difference. And indeed, that's what it was at quarter-time. Grant Laurie to kick in. Usually kicks pretty well, that's no exception. Harding in front. Nathan Burke. Dwyer, oh, a real hospital job, that one. It hung in the air for minutes, it seemed. And out of bounds on centre wing. Peter Hudson, Ken Sheldon.
And Peter Francis also the coach of the reserves this year at St Kilda.
Loose ball now on centre wing, picked up by Harvey. He's got great skills. A chance for the Saints to go forward again. Russell Morris has kicked their last 2 goals. Cracker dives on it. He'll have to get rid of it quickly. Good tackle by Lee. Maynard. Lindsay. The boundary line is too close. We'll see a throw.
The St Kilda supporters felt they should have been holding the man, of course, but there's Mickey Taylor. He was a great club man at Collingwood. He was a top player too. And former Adelaide champion, and back there in a coaching role now. His help will be invaluable to Graham Corns. That was Kelly getting the ball to half forward. Nathan Burke. Punched away by Harvey. Mick Dwyer, a quick hand pass. This is the fullback, Bartlett. Getting it further afield. Thompson. Eventually it ends up with Filkey. Filkey to half forward. Klug should mark this. He's got it. Now, I thought that came off the St Kilda player, actually. John Klug. I think originally came from Tasmania. Went to Richmond. Didn't quite make it. Was thought to be too slow. And has done pretty well over in Adelaide. Kick from the 50-metre line. They could do with a goal here. He's hooked it slightly. Oh, a push in the back. And the umpire, Peter Cameron, very experienced, right onto that. And Paul Harding takes it, brings it out of defence with a short pass and finds Grant.
David Grant. Short kick. Oh, yes, a juggle from Jarman. And he's been paid the mark.
Free kick against him, Peter, for a push-out. He put the left arm into the back of Tim Pekin.
Now with the socks down. In more familiar attire. Grant again. As I said before, a good safe pair of hands. McIntyre in front. McIntyre from left centre wing. Again putting the Crows forward. St Kilda players though again at the fall of the ball. And David Grant did well. McAdam on the right half back line. Standing the mark was Thompson. Stewie Lowe at the back gets outmarked by Russell Morris. Steve Newport, former Melbourne Tagger. Long kick up towards the forward pocket. Bounces just inside the line. And it will be thrown at about 8 metres from the behind post. St Kilda's right forward pocket as we get close to half-time. We've had some excellent games in the Foster's Cup, and tonight certainly no exception. With the Adelaide Crows making their Melbourne debut, and so far they've done pretty well after, shall we say, a sluggish start in the opening term. McIntyre knocks down low, over the top, not long enough. And the call from the umpire was loud enough. Cracker grabbed when he didn't have it. Harvey.
Yeah, the free kick to Jimmy Cracker. He's being held without when he wasn't in possession. He loses possession here, knocked out of his grasp, and there's the sling from McIntyre, just slung him off the play. And Jimmy Cracker really deserved that free kick, no doubt about it.
He's kicked 1 goal. Russell Morris has 2 for the Saints, and both of them kicked in this quarter. Cracker from point blank range has kicked a goal.
And bring it right down towards the half-forward line, and it rolls over the line and beats Danny Frawley. The Crows at the start of this quarter seem to be getting on top, but St Kilda, to their credit, have really come back hard. Harding, tapped on by Jarman. Here's McDermott charging in after a pretty tough customer. Gets in a quick hand pass to Filkey, who snaps for goal and hooks it across his body and out of bounds on the full. So they'll have to do a little bit more down forward, the Adelaide Crows. Danny Frawley has got the job on Hodges. Plays very, very close. Here's Stewie Lowe, taken by Jarman. Back it comes to Bartlett. Bartlett to half forward. Punched away by Grant Laurie. Here's Marshall. Beautiful hand pass. Hart straightens up from 40 metres, kicks hard and high, and it floats in for a goal. Well done, the Crows. That's his first steaming hot crow, that sign says, and maybe that'll liven them up a bit. 6-9 plays 4-6, St Kilda lead.
Yes, Darryl Hart has been much quieter than his game against Geelong, but when he gets the ball within that 50-metre range, he doesn't miss very often. Kicked 6 goals in the game against Geelong. A very effective player, very damaging when he has some space on that forward line.
Just over a minute left in the first half. Harding against McIntyre, 15 points the difference, and that's what it was at quarter time, so the Crows haven't made inroads into that deficit. Still no clean possession after the bounce. And McDermott sits on his St Kilda opponent, and it's going to be a ball up. There's Nathan Burke. Harding taps down, tries to find Pekin, did so. Dwyer, or courage to go in there. Jarman makes sure he wasn't going anywhere. As the clock ticks down towards half-time, Dwyer, the last one to get up. Been a good half of football. It's like football in the 50s there, with about 20 players around the ball. Grant Laurie. Good long kick. Stewie Lowe in front, 2 grabs. Mark not paid. Smart. Oh, surface of Waverley still pretty soft. And Smart's kick in the end was not a good one. He was under pressure. Tregenza couldn't get it out. Kelly. Smart again. Newport cattons into him. And who's got it? I don't think it's going to matter because the siren's due to go any tick at the clock from half-time. In fact, there it is. Good half of football. And the score at the main change, St Kilda 6-9-45, leading Adelaide 4-6-30 at half-time.